Well, hello everybody. BugEater64 here, and we're getting ready to do a flight in DCS 2.9 beta. Now this update was released just a few days ago, and I'm going to be flying the HUEY, the UH-1, my favorite mod in this simulator. And just to add some more information about some of the changes and how it affects my computer. Now I have what is considered a mid, or even when it comes to multi-threading and RTX, DSLL, a fairly low-end machine. I've got, as you can see on the screen there, I've got the Intel i9-9900K at 3.60 gigahertz. I usually run it at about just over 4.5 gigahertz. I have 32 megs of RAM installed. It is a 64-bit based processor, and I've got the Intel RTX2080Ti, which today that's considered a relatively low end. And when I was in DCS, as we'll see with my settings, originally I had them fairly low, especially when I'm flying VR. But today, and I'll show you my settings here, I've moved everything up, and we'll go over that a little bit once I get that up. But we're going to see how it went on this very first flight, to include the use of what people are calling the GoPro camera. It's a fixed view camera that you can use, and it's something that I've really kind of wanted for a long time, and now we've got it, and I'm going to show you how it worked. So with that, let's go ahead, get inside the aircraft and inside the sim, and build a mission, fly the mission, and let's just see how it goes. Catch you inside. Okay, so here we are in the simulator, and this is my new thing. You see over to the right there, all those things maxed out towards the top, and then you can see that I'm running 3640 by 2160, so 16.9 resolution. And so let's get ready and let's create a mission so we can do this test. Okay, we're going to be flying the UH-1 HUEY. We're going to start on the ramp, and it's fall right now, so we're going to use that, and we're going to use clear weather. And 12 noon is good, so let's set this up. So there's the Caucasus map and all the places we're supposed to be able to put. I found that one of these, there's no place to put aircraft, even though it says they're supposed to. So we're going to go ahead, just pick a random one, and let's set up the mission here. Now we've got our HUEY set up as a transport, but we're going to be loading it for bear with 4 7.62 miniguns. So let's get ready to fly. Okay, so in the cockpit, and I'm using my Tobii head tracking. When I'm not in VR, I find that for me, it works really well to use the Tobii. So let's get things started here. And we're going to be going ahead and rearming our helicopter. Okay, so we're going to change from the hospital to the Army Standard livery, and then we'll put our miniguns in our door gunner positions. Lower the fuel so we're not overweight, and we're good there. So let's get
Request
going.
refueling. Request rearming.
Copy. Refueling complete.
All right, and we'll let them finish putting our guns and getting the rest of our flight crew. And if you look out the windows, you can already see how the grass has been improved. And once we get the engine running, you'll see it to start really rack. There's no wind to speak of right now, so we'll be able to really check out the how the prop wash, when she's up and running, affects the view of the land area and the vegetation. Now in this mission I was also using voice attacks, so that makes it fairly easy to get some of the things done. Voice attacks is a great tool when I'm in VR, so that I don't have to try to find keys on the keyboard or things like that. So I can just push a button on my HOTAS and tell it what I want it to do. So let's get things going here. Get our HUEY started up. Okay, battery on. Fuel on. Force trim, hydraulics. Let's get our throttles set to idle. And then we can start up. And you can see that the GoPro fixed camera, which is really neat. I like that they've added that. You can put it just about anywhere and you want. Engine start. Okay, so we got a good engine start. Now for my head tracking today, I'm using my Tobii head tracking system, and I'm also using voice attacks for some of the actions. Yes, pilot, I already told them that, but never a problem in the game. Get ready to fire if we run into anything. That way I can just concentrate on flying the bird. Look at the grass now. It's all because of the frog wash. That looks really good. Alright, so now straight ahead of us we can see where the hill comes down, where it ends. That's right near a lake area, and that is where we're going. You can already see with the updates that have taken place, the improvements in the shadowing of the trees and so on. This has just really been a very, very nice update. And the fixed camera look really seems to be working well. Now the important thing is I wanted to see what the replay would also do, because that has been a bone of contention ever since DCS came out. And the fact is that if you fly a mission and there's gunfire, the replay is never the same as the original flight. And you can see where we're headed down to where these bad guys are. Now, chances are those bad guys will be gone by the time we get there, and that's one of the things too, is when you set up a mission, just a quick mission like I did, it's in DCS, it always seems to be 99.9% of the time it seems to be really far away. So, but that's okay for this mission, because we want to see how things work and how things look, and to be honest, they look really good. Now, one of the things I've noticed is that when you're sitting in the cockpit during the normal flight, there seems to be like a glitch. It'll pop back and forth. So if I zoom it all the way out, it doesn't do it. But if I pull it back to where I want to be, centered in the cockpit, it will pop. It's kind of annoying. It doesn't really change a lot of things right now, but it does happen. There is this little glitch. And I've noticed it even if I put my picture quality to lower settings, it still does it. So it may be just something that's in beta. We shall see. And since we've got such a distance to fly to get to where any enemy forces may be, one of the things I'm going to do is a little bit later I will test fire my guns and see if that affects the replay system. Let's get my sight ready. We're not going to shoot now, but I just want to check, get my sights down, and there we go, straight to go. So we can pull it out of the way. All right. The HUEY UH-1 is one of the oldest mocks in DCS, but it's still my favorite. I just really like this aircraft. Get down on these trees and see if we can see the effect. Do see it some, but later on, when we come into land, we'll definitely be able to see how that rotor wash really gives an effect. I also want to check it out. See, does it affect these smoke plumes coming out of the stacks? It doesn't look like that same effect that we're seeing on the trees is affecting smoke. These smoke plumes. I don't see it being blown away. Yeah, the AH-64s are really doing a job on all the bad guys down here. There are some AH-64 Apaches ahead of us, and it looks like they're doing a top-notch job of destroying stuff. And we'll see when we get up there if they've left us anything, or even if they're still cleaning up. let's go ahead and see about testing our guns here. Okay, they seem to be working just fine. Okay, let's yeah, we did that. The sight and maybe fire a round or two. Yep, we cleared the throat of those guys. That seemed to work okay. Bubba back and charging his gun, just in case we get the chance to use it. Yep, it looks like they're doing a job on the BTRs that were there. Okay, so we've done a job on them. Let's see if anything's left when we get to the bad guys location. But I think they've done a really nice job on, the foliage and the shadow. And if you get close enough, they've really done a good job, I think, with the effects caused by the aircraft. On tree movement, grass movement, things like that. Almost directly ahead of us there, it looks like HUEY is still in the area. There may be a couple of them actually off in the distance. So we'll see what we can see when we get down the river a little bit. There's a bridge right out there in front of us, just slightly to the right. And I think that's where the last location we had of enemy forces was. So take a look. It's a target my gunner should be able to pick up if it's still there. Just to my right. See some burned out equipment there. Yeah, the H-64s have really done a job there. Oh, they're still hitting it. Boom. Yeah. Well, nothing left for our guys to shoot at. But if you notice in the upper right and upper left-hand corner, especially the upper right-hand corner of our screen there is no activity. So the replay doesn't show any of the combat action this time. Yet in our big screen, original flying, we can see the burning equipment, smoke coming up from it. So, plus I can see the AH-64 to my right down below. None of that shows up in the replay, and that is sad. So once again, it proves that DCS truly needs, and this is just my opinion, of course, and we know what opinions are worth, but it needs a third-party replay, very much like Microsoft Flight Simulator has available, and also available for X-Plane too. So with that, we're going to fly down south. See the lower right where that red target is. We are going to fly down there and land at that airbase. Okay, so yeah, right down there. It's supposed to be an SU 33, it looks like. So we just want to check it out and see if there is enemy down there, if that base belongs to them or belongs to us. See if they shoot at us or we get to shoot at them. That's where we're going to land. So we're going to be in the air more than an hour, and yet the simulation, even with my mid to low end powered machine with these high resolutions, is working quite well. There is no hesitation in the flight, in the simulation, and it's working really well. So in my estimation, this 2.9 update is very, very good, especially for people like me who have the lower powered machines. So thank you to the developers of DCS, and excuse that horrible cough. them in. how the rotor wash affects the turf and also the trees that are just a real nice addition to the immersion factor. Very nicely done. Set her down right here. And we'll go through our shutdown procedures. Fuel off, hydraulics off. Force trim's already off. Alrighty then, well, there you have it. It was a long flight. It was about an hour and 7 minutes total. Much longer than I usually do. You don't have to watch the whole thing. As you saw in the description, there are timestamps, so you can move to where you want to. But that being said, what a great update. DCS 2.9 beta is excellent. It's not perfect by any means, of course, but it is a massive improvement over to what I've had here recently. To show that, in my options page, I am running 3640 by 2160 resolution, which is 16.9, and when I'm running the DLSS and DLAA, I'm running it at quality. So, not performance, but quality. So things like my textures and terrain textures, water, all that is on high. Even in my visual range, I've set to ultra. I've never been able to do that before because I'm running that 2080 Ti video card, which is nowadays, it's considered a lower end card for a system. So, but on the other hand, my grass, my forest, all that is set to maximum. So, just really, really impressed. Flying for an hour in the past wouldn't have worked well. The video, I would have to have, stopped the video. This is a one-piece video of an hour in length, hour and 7 minutes, and it ran the same from the beginning to the end. No complaints whatsoever, other than the fact that the replay system is still broke. Okay? It's got the exact same problem it's always had, where if you fire a gun or you drop a bomb, your replay is not going to be the same as your original flight. I have never seen it, and the only time I have had a video where I could do a replay then it was the same was when I wasn't shooting or blowing up anything. If I was just doing a standard test flight, I'd fly around, come back and land, and it would be fine. But that was always the rare thing, because why do I fly DCS? Military aircraft, military operations, whether it be a cargo flight to close-in air support or tank busting. Replay system, DCS, please fix it. Anyone out listening there to the third-party developer, if you know how to do it, I'd love you forever. Other simulations, flight simulations, Microsoft Flight Simulator, X-Plane, there are third-party modules so that you can tape and replay your flights, and they're exactly the same as your initial flight. I don't think I'm asking that much. But anyway, other than that, I really like this update, and I hope that you enjoyed the video. There's more that will be coming, and there's already plenty of 2.9 but on YouTube. But that being said, I had a lot of fun with this. It was a nice test, it was a good test, and I hope you enjoyed it, because I had a heck of a good time bringing it to you. So until next time, this is Bug Eater 64, and as always, remember, safe flying.